Open at Los Angeles Country Club. And on the final day, man, from out of nowhere, from off the top rope, Wyndham Clark is your U.S. Open champion. And again, this guy hasn't had a ton of success on the tour, has never won a major, but he was awesome. And I was hoping our guy Rickie Fowler, the pride of Marietta Valley High School, I thought he was going to put it together and win his first major, but he kind of fell apart on Sunday, Patrick. But Wyndham Clark is your champion.
I turned it on Sunday, and Rickie Fowler is leading. I'm thinking, yes, he can pull it off. And then it really looked like it was going to be Rory McIlroy, and Rory just could not sink key putts. Clark walks away with the victory. It's kind of cool that it was a display of how kind of awesome the Los Angeles Country Club is.
Yeah, there were a couple shots where you could see like the skyscrapers in the background. Man, how can a golf course that awesome be tucked inside somewhere in the city of Los Angeles? But yeah, and it's very elite. I keep hearing more and more stories about just how elite it is. Like no celebrities. They're very strict on what you can and can't do once you get on the premises. But yeah, it was on full display, and the course played well. And Wyndham Clark at 10 under par was good enough to be your major champion. I think he pocketed just over $3 million for that win.
Yeah, it was kind of cool to see them. Not that I want them to mess up, but remember the big talk on the first 3 days. I was like, oh, this course is so easy. It's so easy. So finally, when you see them fall apart a little bit, it's like golf is tough no matter what. You have to hit it straight. I mean, Rory was shanking balls like crazy when it came down to the last few holes. Yeah. I was like, wow, this looks like me. He's in the weeds.
Yeah.
But he hit some pretty good shots out of the weeds to stay in it. His putter failed him.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And I think it was Wyndham Clark, actually. He was in the rough. And when I say rough, I mean it was thick. He had to take a couple swings just to get the ball out. And I don't know if he even landed on the green. I don't think he even landed on the green. So yeah, I mean the course played tough, but still 10 under par. That's a great score. It's not like maybe like a British Open where you're just trying to hang on to par, stay even on some of those British Opens that we've seen in the past with miserable weather. But yeah, it was fun. It was back in LA, and to have a guy come from out of nowhere to win it was pretty cool. Although I still feel bad for Rickie Fowler, who he struggled. He's struggled quite a bit the last couple of years, and to be in the hunt on Sunday, going in as a co-leader, and to just kind of fall apart, man. It was just too bad. I was hoping he was going to get it done. He finished at 5 under, not too bad though.
Golf.
Yeah. All right, so let's go from golf to NBA. The big NBA news, and this is how it's going to affect the Lakers and Clippers, is that Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards being traded to the Phoenix Suns, and in this deal, Chris Paul is going to the Wizards, but it sure sounds like Chris Paul is not going to be a Wizard, that Washington is going to turn around and trade Chris Paul to somewhere else. And we've already heard a lot of rumors that the Lakers might be interested in bringing him in. Now we're hearing the Clippers would love to have a reunion. They'd love to see CP3 back in the City of Angels in a Clippers uniform. So that's the big trade. And two things here, Patrick. Phoenix Suns are loading up, man. They're getting their big three with Bradley Beal, and they're going to make a real run at Denver, Golden State, the Lakers, everyone else in the West. But also, where's Chris Paul going to end up? Could he finish his career on one of the LA teams to make one more push for an NBA title?
I heard the same thing. I mean, could you imagine him ending up on the Clippers? But like you said, so here comes this deal, like it's getting all finalized, and then we're going to kind of see, okay, where does Chris Paul go? That's going to kind of be the exciting part of it. And then, is there any chance he stays in Phoenix? Because I'm pretty sure he has to leave as part of this deal, right?
It sounds like this proposed trade, it sounds like he's part of that deal that would send Bradley Beal to the Suns, which if you're the Suns, unless your name is, Devin Booker or Kevin Durant, you're probably on the trading block. You're probably available. So, if CP3 goes to Washington, it sounds like, based on these reports, that he's not going to be a Wizard. Washington has no intent to keep him there. They'd probably turn him around. You guys out there, you know how to flip houses. You fix it up and then you send it back out. They're going to flip Chris Paul to somebody else. And it sounds like the Lakers and the Clippers would be the front runners to maybe bring him in. Maybe he's the missing piece. Maybe for this Lakers team who's pretty good, but they need someone to be the ringleader of this circus. Maybe he's the ringleader. I don't know.
Boy, it's just so interesting because the Chris Paul to the Lakers trade got nixed so long ago, and there's still a little bit of a sore spot there. So if he does come to the Lakers, that will be very interesting. Just a weird feeling.
Yeah, a couple of years too late, right? Many years too
Yeah.
late, like 10 years too late, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a while
Yeah.
now, so. Yeah, so keep an eye on that. Chris Paul might be back in Los Angeles, but which team? I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Let's talk a little baseball as well. And coming up, or actually this past Sunday, the Dodgers and the Giants going head-to-head. That's always a bitter rivalry, right? It's always big time when those two teams get together. Well, the Giants swept the Dodgers. The Dodgers in a little bit of a free fall right now. The Giants have won 7 in a row, and they won on Saturday 15-0. And Patrick, that was the worst home shutout loss for the Dodgers since 1898. So it was, you never want to get swept, but you definitely don't want to get swept by the Giants. And also, being shut out 15-0. Just a bad look for the Dodgers.
The clunker. Well, I mean, I guess have the clunker game now, right? But it's kind of disheartening to come back from this. Sometimes, though, in the long run, it's good. Baseball's such a long season.
It is a long season. And I do want to give a shout out to Corona High School Baseball, and you'll see where I'm going with this, Patrick. So on Saturday night, Tristan Beck, the pride of Corona High School, pitched 4 innings of relief in that 15-0 win to get his first save of his Major League Baseball career. So that was kind of cool. And then, keep it with Corona Baseball, also on Saturday, Samad Taylor, former Corona Panther, made his Major League Baseball debut for the Kansas City Royals, and he had the game-winning hit, the walk-off hit against the Angels on Saturday. So a couple Corona Panthers giving it to our local SoCal teams, the Angels and the Dodgers.
God, that is so cool, man. And then one other note before we get you out of here, I was looking at this and it showed that Shohei Ohtani is leading in every single category for the Angels. They're like, he's literally putting them on his back. And he's tied with Mike Trout in one thing. I think it's walks, but everything else, it's first. And we're talking like 15 categories, you guys.
Yeah, like everything. He does everything well, and I'll piggyback on that. He leads all of Major League Baseball in home runs. He leads all of baseball in RBI, and he's also one of the best pitchers in the game. So that's that. I mean, we're witnessing history. This is amazing. I could say it over and over and over, but it's truly amazing.
And what I'm getting at is this contract is coming up.
Yes.
He has to do all that work, and they're still not successful. If you're Ohtani, boy, it's decision time, huh?
It is. He's going to get paid by somebody. He might be worth 2 players, right, for what he's doing on the mound and at the plate.
Yeah.
So he's going to get paid. Will it be the Angels? That's the big question.
Like we always joke, man, what's the greatest hitter getting paid? What's the greatest pitcher getting paid? Surely there's a number we can find in between those. Am I right?
What is that number? What is that number? It's going to be big.
As Dion famously said to Jerry Jones when Jerry Jones said, what do you want, Dion, 25, 30 million? He said both.
And Ohtani can actually say that. Yeah, he can. He can say
legit. He can say, I'm 2 people, man. You got to pay me like 2 people. That's why we get the inside scoop with our guy, Pep. We'll catch up with him on your Thursday. Pep, tell him how to get your stuff.
Hey, I make the big bucks by doing Inland Sports. It's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the Inland Sports YouTube channel. It's not Ohtani money, but it's a good, honest living. Inland Sports.
That's right. It's great, man. Thanks, Pep.